Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everyone? Good morning. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing? How we doing? Happy Sunday. What's up, Spock? What's up, Silver? What's up, Kim? How you doing? How you doing? Only Eddie. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up with it? What's up with it? Go Birds. Dell, Rome, in flex. I'm playing Dell. I think a lot of people are high in Rome this week. All right, guys, let's do some research real quick. Quick little research. Dell or Rome? I'm going Dell. Wandale or Lockett? I'm going Wandale. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up with it? What's up with it? What's up, Sam? How we doing? Hunt or Stevenson? I would go Hunt. A lot of hard choices this week, fellas. 100%. That's just what happens when we reach the point in the season where there are 30,000 teams on bye. All right. Let's see if there's any new information on Lad McConkey. Will Lad McConkey play in Week 12 for the Chargers? He's questionable for Monday night. McConkey didn't practice at first. He was limited later in the week. This could mean he suits up on Monday, but we don't know anything beyond that, which means you need to take caution. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. All right. All right. What's up, everybody? What's up? Shane, thank you for the super chat. What's up, Caitlin? How you doing? Hey, Goat, would you drop Waddle for Rome? Only had him as a handcuff for Hill. Also, Kittle or Hawkinson. Also, if I get Rome, him or Debo PPR. Great question. In my opinion, I would rather have Rome over Waddle. Not because I think Waddle is this awful player. I don't think Waddle's an awful player, but I'll be 100% honest with you when I say that I have zero confidence in Waddle for the rest of the season. Now, could he have a big game? He's going to. One of these games, he's going to go crazy. Why? Because he has the ability to do so. He 100% does. But at some point, it's like, all right, we have 11 games now of the Dolphins or 10 games with the Dolphins, a bunch with Tua, a bunch without Tua, and with Tua, not successful, without Tua, not successful. At some point, it's kind of like, all right, how many times is this guy gonna do us dirty before we really kind of turn on him? And at this point, I would just be done with the guy. So I'm kind of done with him. So yeah, I would rather have Rome. I think Rome has a lot of upside. I like the fact that Rome is going to probably like this, just kind of how rookies are, right? They kind of catch fire towards the end of the season, and we are getting closer to the edge of the season. And the fact that Caleb is playing a little bit better could also tend to the fact that Rome might end up exploding and being like this amazing league winner. Now, again, saying, oh, he's guaranteed to be a league winner would be fucking stupid, but I think he could be, is all I'm saying. So, yeah, I would definitely rather have Rome over Waddle. I don't really think you need to handcuff Hill. Kittle or Hawkinson? I would go with Kittle. Hawkinson's been pretty hit or miss ever since he returned. I understand that not having Brock Purdy isn't the best situation ever, but I still think Kittle is going to get fed the rock. So I would go Kittle over Hawk, and then I would definitely rather have Rome over Waddle, and then Rome or Debo. I think you just got to play Debo. You just got to play Debo. Thanks, man. No problem, Barter. How you doing, man? I appreciate you. Did I already answer your question? Yeah, I would go Dell. It is kind of a toss up. If I knew that Rome was guaranteed to get like 8 targets, it would so obviously be Rome. But I do really believe that with Nico Collins back, that does actually help out Tank Dell a ton. I think Tank Dell is in probably the best scenario right now. Is his best scenario is not being the one. His best scenario is being the number 2 and hoping that CJ Stroud plays a little bit better, hits him on like a deep ball. And Dell's the kind of guy that could score 25 points. We saw it last season. I mean, Dell's an incredibly talented player. It's just this year really hasn't went his way. And sometimes that's just how it goes, right? A guy like Dell, a guy like Waddle, right? Next season, we're going to get into drafts and people are going to be like, oh, I'm not touching Waddle, right? Oh, I'm not touching Dell. And then they fall and fall and fall and fall into a point where it's like, all right, you kind of want both of those guys. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Dell will probably hit this year. I think Dell will probably hit a couple times at the end of the season. Love the WWE Championship belt. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. That's Cody Rhodes' belt in the back there. I need to get a UFC belt. They're just so expensive. It's like $600 to get a UFC belt. $10 on the Patriots versus Miami game. You bet $10 on the Patriots or the Dolphins? Who you betting on? If I was gonna bet on anything, honestly, I think A Chain to score a touchdown and Stevenson to score a touchdown parlay would be pretty solid if you're just looking for something like that. Like $10 to win. I don't even know how much that would pay out off the top of my head. Because I assume A Chain's probably like minus 110 to score. And Ramondre probably something similar. If you're looking for like the safest bet possible, I would just do A Chain touchdown. I really think A Chain's gonna score. But if you bet on the Patriots, that's okay. Just so you know, I think the Patriots could definitely beat the Dolphins. I mean, that's the probably like the Patriots are significantly worse than the Dolphins, but because it is a division rivalry game, that changes things. That's something that we don't that a lot of people don't really talk about as much in fantasy is like, oh, just because like one team is so much better than the other, when they're in division, that's typically where you see like the stupid upsets happen. Like for instance, on Thursday Night Football, no one thinks the Browns are better than the Steelers, but the Browns beat the Steelers. That's just what happens. That is just what happens. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are all doing well. Just so you know, if you can't super chat, that's perfectly fine. I answer the super chat questions, and then we answer the regular chat questions, and that's how it's done. So I appreciate you guys all. D Hop, whether you can super chat or not, I very much appreciate you. So thank you guys so much for watching the stream. D Hop or Swift, Otten or Kittle, thank you. No problem. That's a good question. I think I'd have to go with Otten over Kittle at this point. Not because I think Otten's a better player than Kittle, but because I just feel like without Brock Purdy, you probably shouldn't be truly banging the drum for Kittle. Now, again, most people are going to have to play Kittle. I'm playing Kittle. If I have Kittle on my team and my option is like Kittle versus, say, let's go Kittle versus Hunter Henry, Kittle versus Janu Smith, Kittle versus Will Disley, right? I'm just gonna go with Kittle because I trust him. He's been a top 12, I think top 11 tight end in every single game, so I trust him. But when you have Otten and Kittle, and Otten's been playing so well, when he's been playing so well, it's like at some point you just need to start giving a lot more credit to Otten. Like we need to really start heavily respecting Otten. So I'm going Otten over Kittle, and then D Hop or Swift. That's kind of a toss up. Swift has been so hit or miss. Like this Bears offense is so fucking confusing to figure out. Like they looked amazing. Like not amazing, but they looked way better last week. They could easily come out this week looking like a steaming pile of dog shit. So it is very tough to assess from a week in, week out standpoint. D Hop's played well. He's played bad in spots. This doesn't, to me, really feel like a spot where I see him going bananas, like as a top 5 wide receiver, but I think he could easily be a top 24 wide receiver against the Panthers. I just kind of worry that they're going to be up big and then just run the rock a bunch. But if they're up big, you got to assume that D Hop's getting his. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know what? Let's play D Hop. I think this is the D Hop game. I think the matchup against the Panthers is advantageous. I think this is going to be not a big game for him, like where he fucking Hulk smashes and puts up 8 gazillion points. But I do think he's a better bet compared to DeAndre Swift. Not by a wide margin, though. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, man, if you play fucking Swift over D Hop, you're an idiot. Something like that, right? I'm not going to say that, but that's kind of where we are sitting right now. I have bumped Jawan Jennings and Debo down my rankings. I don't know how far to drop them, to be honest with you, because it's so like I could see Brandon Allen really, 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 really keeping them in the game, being respectful. What's up, Culture Clips, man? WDU. What's up? None of your business. How you doing, man? So what I'm gonna say is, what was I saying? Oh, with Jawan Jennings and with Kittle and with Debo, I think the offensive game plan, like I think Shanahan kind of just has a game plan that is kind of, you put any quarterback in there as long as they're not a fucking idiot and it will work. Now, is it going to work like with Brock Purdy? No. But could it work well enough for Jawan Jennings to be the wide receiver 25 and Debo to be the wide receiver 23? Yeah. So that's how I would feel. What up? What's up, Dom? Yeah, make sure you guys do join the Discord. Let me try and link it right now. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. Spock is in there all the time talking to you guys. I try to join as much as possible to talk to you guys. There's a lot of people in here. There are always a lot of people in here. Like right now, there's people having a bunch of conversations. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to link the Discord right now so you guys can join. It's crazy that even how do I just invite to the general chat? Is that possible? Create invite. Okay, here we go. So that even when I'm not in here, you guys are just talking to each other. It's pretty cool. It's like you guys are all friends and stuff. Pretty cool. We've got a nice community of people. Even though I don't know how to necessarily describe it. Like you guys are a community. I don't know what the fuck would be the correct term, but there's the link. Make sure you guys join the Discord. Make sure you guys join. Make sure you guys join and say what up. All right, so back to the questions here. Back to the question. So it's going to be D Hop and Otten for me. All right. Wesley, thank you for the super chat, my man. Got to win these next couple of games. He'd running back two running backs, wide receiver, and a flex. Yeah, we're in the crunch time of the season. This has been one of the most tough seasons on me. Like my fantasy teams have been so that I've seen a lot of injuries. My teams have been so hit or miss, but I mean that's just how it goes, right? This has been a weird season, but seems like you guys are doing pretty well. At least most of you need 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers and a flex. Achane, McCaffrey, Monty, Aaron Jones, Connors, and then wide receiver Sutton, Downs, DJ Moore. Thanks for all the help. No problem. So this is going to be a tough question because you have so many good running backs. You can't sit McCaffrey. I'm sorry to tell you that. You just can't sit him. I understand he hasn't played all that well. And even with Brandon Allen, I think he's going to have a halfway decent game. It would be very, 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 very hard for me to make an argument to sit him. It just is, regardless of the quarterback play, it is so hard for me to come on here be like, oh, I don't like Christian McCaffrey. I can't say that. I can't look. I get. Do I trust Christian McCaffrey as much? Of course not. But coming on here, lying straight to you guys, be like, oh, I don't want to play Christian McCaffrey. Would be fucking stupid. You're obviously going to play McCaffrey. You're going to play Achane. You have to play Achane. He's been unstoppable to up. So McCaffrey and Achane, you have to play them. Then at wide receiver, you have to play Sutton. And I think you're going to YOLO on Downs over DJ Moore. I love DJ Moore. I have always been a fan of DJ Moore. Anyone that's been watching for a long time and can remember over a year, again, I can barely remember what I said yesterday, but like my takes on DJ Moore have always been very high. I've always spoken highly of him. I've always liked him. And I still like him, but when push comes to shove, I would rather go with the risky upside in a guy like Downs, where they're both risky, but I just trust Downs a little bit more with Anthony Richardson. I want to just believe that Caleb is going to completely turn it around. I really want to believe that Caleb's going to fucking right the wrongs and become this, not a league-winning quarterback, but be able to elevate these guys around him to the point where it's like, wow, you're such a genius for talking these guys up. So I want DJ Moore to succeed, but I'd rather just go with Josh Downs. I think that's the smarter decision. And then at flex, it's really a battle between Aaron Jones, Montgomery, and James Conner. More on Aaron Jones versus James Conner. Personally, I'm leaning with James Conner. James Conner has put up some huge games this season. James Conner is a guy that I was wrong about this season. I thought, hey, when you finally make the move to draft a running back, right? When you finally make that move and say, you know what, we're not going to roll with Amari DiMarcado behind him. We're going to rock with Trey Benson, right? We're going to draft this guy. We want this guy to be successful. And then it's like, okay, maybe now is the season where it's kind of just done ski for Conner. And it's not. James Conner has been amazing. So I'm fine admitting when I was wrong, right? I was wrong about that. So James Conner's been a smash. James Conner's going to smash this week. So the answer is going to be James Conner. So it's going to be Christian McCaffrey, A-Chain, Sutton Downs, and James Conner. I love David Montgomery too, but that's got to be the answer. Again, you can't sit McCaffrey. You can't sit A-Chan. You can't sit Sutton. He's played so well. So Downs over DJ Moore in like a close battle. And then James Conner beats out the other running back. So McCaffrey, McCaffrey, Conner, A-Chain, Downs, Sutton. Thank you for the super chat. Mac, thank you for the super chat. Good morning, everyone. Donald, good morning to you as well. Amir Abdullah or Adam Thielen? Great question. I love Adam Thielen. I've always liked Adam Thielen. I liked Adam Thielen last year. I didn't like him this year. I do think Adam Thielen, on paper, you might be able to make an argument that Adam Thielen's the number one receiver on the Panthers. And I'm not going to sit here and argue with you if that was the statement you wanted to make. But what I will say is, based on where we are sitting right now, I don't think coming back from an injury, you want to dive on that up against a Chiefs team that just lost to the Bills, like a team that just took a fat L. They took their first L of the season. And look, I think the Panthers are a better team potentially than the record says. But do we really expect the Panthers to have a lot of success up against the Chiefs? Like, this could be a game where the Chiefs just straight up put belt to ass. They're like, you know what? We kind of messed up. We lost to the Bills. We got to get right. And they end up going crazy. So I don't think you can play Thielen. I would just rock with Abdullah. I think the team ultimately will give the rock a ton to Amir Abdullah. He is the veteran back out of these guys in the backfield. Now, I actually think Dylan Lobb is a better player than Abdullah. I said that in the summer that I like Dylan Lobb, and I agree with what I said in the summer. But I do think the team will ultimately just go with the guy that they know, go with the guy that they trust, and the guy that they trust is Amir Abdullah, who's been in the NFL for fucking 8,000 years in a row. So, while at the end of the day, do I love Amir Abdullah? No. No one's going to sit here and say, oh my God, I can't wait to play Amir Abdullah. But Amir Abdullah is going to get a lot of touches. So that's the way I would go. I would go with Amir Abdullah. Thank you for the super chat. Jennings rankings rest of season with Purdy's uncertainty. So for me, I don't think I'm ready to just throw away Brock Purdy. I don't think I'm ready to fully give up on Brock Purdy because I don't think there's enough out there to say that Brock Purdy's done. But what I will say is that based upon what Shanahan said about Christian McCaffrey, I don't trust Kyle Shanahan nearly as much as I used to. So based on reading about Brock Purdy, and we're just going to do some light reading real quick and then get to the next question because I don't want to spend 8 years on every single question. But Brock Purdy, shoulder ruled out on Sunday versus the Packers. Brock Purdy's shoulder soreness is enough to keep him out. Purdy has been ruled out of the game. Niners Kyle Shanahan, head coach, everyone knows who he is hoping the shoulder injury will result in a one-game absence. I don't want to say that this is a long-term concern. We got the MRI on Monday. We thought he just needs some rest and really aren't concerned with him not being good this week. But when he started up Thursday, it just surprised him how he felt. So we had to shut him down, and I don't really know what to think of it. The MRI doesn't look like that, so it should be all right. But the way it responded this week, it's really up in the air, so we'll have to see on Monday. Posting that in the chat if you want to read exactly what I just read. That doesn't sound the best. My guess, though, is Purdy will be back. Maybe not next week. Maybe not even the week after. But by like week 15, week 16, I would assume he'd be back. Jennings, to me, is a high-end wide receiver 3. That's where I would consider him. Because, again, while I don't think Brendan Allen is anywhere near as good as Brock Purdy, I think he's good enough to keep the offense moving the ball, good enough to keep the offense in check and not be a complete and utter fucking disaster. So I do think that will lead to Jennings and them being fine. All right. Nathan, thank you for the super chat. Let me try to find Nathan's question. Nathan. Make sure you leave your question in chat, Nathan, if I can't find it. I'm going to keep looking, though. JL Machado, thank you for the super chat. Start quarterback, Murray or Anthony Richardson. Flex, Marvin Harrison Jr., Pollard, or Downs? Great question. Murray versus Anthony Richardson to me is kind of an easy question this week. Now, could Anthony Richardson outscore Kyler Murray? Yeah, obviously, right? I mean, I don't think anyone would deny that statement. But Anthony Richardson's coming off of a heater, and now he's going up against the Lions. Now they're going to be chasing against the Lions, so that could lead to a better game just because they're down. They're having to throw the ball a bunch. So I do think Anthony Richardson's going to probably be a little bit better. So I will, though, at the end of the day, have to lean with Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray, while he has been pretty risky this year, I think he's going to end up being a little bit safer going forward. I think he has the ability to be a safer quarterback, so it's going to be Kyler Murray. And then question is going to be, let's see, let's destroy two of these. All right. The question is going to be Marvin Harrison Jr., Pollard, Downs. I think since you're playing Kyler, you're going to want to stack Kyler with Marvin Harrison Jr. So that the questions kind of go hand in hand there. I like Downs a decent amount, but I do like Marvin Harrison Jr. better. So Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. And Nathan, I'm still looking for your questions, just so you know. Just so you know. Let me just scroll back real quick in case I scroll past Nathan's question. Okay. And just so you guys know, I'm at the time in the chat where these questions are being asked. So it's 12:12 in the chat. We're like 10 minutes behind. Stu Bunny, thank you for the super chat, my man. Jennings, Dell, or Reed. Love you, brother. Love you too. I really appreciate that. Jennings, Dell, or Reed. I'm going to go now. I'm leaning Reed. I was initially leaning Jennings, but now I lean Reed. They're both pretty risky, in my opinion, but I would go with Reed. I think Reed just the problem with Reed and this Packers offense is that Love really throws the ball to everyone. He does you get the ball, you get the ball, you all get the ball, like Oprah Winfrey, and that does kind of lead to some down games for a guy like Reed because Dobbs and Watson can get theirs, Jacobs can get his, Kraft can get his, but ultimately when push comes to shove, I think I would lean with Jaden Reed, even if it is a little bit risky. I would lean with Jaden Reed. So we're going Jaden Reed. TTV Phoenix 24. Thank you for the super chat. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers: Dobbins, Swift, Irvings, and Jennings. Downs, Johnston. I have the Broncos and Vikings defense. P.S. This bye week is pain. Yeah, this bye week is brutal. This has been the worst bye week in a while that I can even think of off the top of my head because we're so close to the playoffs. I would go at running back. I'm going Dobbins and I'm going Irving. So Dobbins and Irving at running back. I like Swift, but I think Irving's a lot safer, and I think Dobbins a little bit safer. So we're going Dobbins and Irving. Then at receiver, I think we're still going to go Jennings and Downs. But if you want to be safer, like you're like, all right, Jennings is a little too risky for my blood, which is a fine thought. I would go Jennings or I would go Downs and Johnson if you want to be as safe as possible. But personally, I would be going Jennings and Downs. And then Broncos or Vikings? That's a good question. I would go Broncos against the Raiders. Yeah, I'm going Broncos. So we're going Irving and Dobbins and Jennings and Downs. That's the way we're going. That's the way. I like it. Lamaj, Lamb AJ, 5627. Thank you for the super chat. Kyron or Bucky? Great question. Got to be Kyron. Got to be Kyron. You can't sit Kyron. I know Kyron hasn't been playing well. I know you might want to panic. I know you might be in full-on panic mode right now. But I simply cannot advocate for you to start Bucky Irving over Kyron Williams. It just isn't. It just wouldn't be possible for me to do. Because the second you sit Kyron Williams, I promise you, if you sit Kyron Williams for Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams is going to score 30 fantasy points. It's damn near a guarantee because that's just what happens when you bench your studs. You get a little risky. That's what ends up happening. So that's just what happens. So you got to go Kyron. You got to go Kyron. Nathan, thank you for the super chat. Should I trade Adams for Judy or Rome? Man. Man, oh man, oh man. That's a good question. I'm going to go look at the Fantasy Pros rest of season rankings and just see what like the consensus is right now on Adams because I'm interested to see if I agree with the consensus. Devontae Adams is their wide receiver 26. I don't disagree with that. I do not disagree with that at all. I do not disagree. Now, the question is, do I think that Judy will be better than a mid-tier wide receiver 3 for the rest of the season? Do I think Rome will be better than that? No. I think Judy could be better than that. Super tough because I think if Adams has, I don't know how long your trade deadline is, but if Adams has a good game up against Seattle, his value is going to skyrocket. Now, they're probably going to bench Rodgers, which just isn't good, right? Not good at all for Adams' value. Off the top of my head, I don't even know who the backup is for the Jets. I'm going to Google it. It's Tyrod. Tyrod could perform with Aaron Rodgers. If you wanted to do it, I would do it for Judy. I would probably hold Adams, though, just off the hope that even if they bench Rodgers, he's still going to get like 8 targets a game. I don't think they're going to shut him down. Right? They traded for him. They're not going to shut him down. So I think I would just have to lean with holding Adams. So that's what I would do personally. I would hold Devontae Adams. I'm holding him. Texas, hold him. I'm holding Devontae Adams. It's so gross, but if you wanted to do it, get Judy. Kyle Singer, love or Tua, love you long time. Sucky, $5. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kyle. I appreciate you. So looking at my quarterback rankings, off the top of my head, it's close. But I want to make sure I agree with off the top of my head. Yeah, I have Tua at 11, Jordan Love at 12. Tua typically plays pretty well against the Patriots. Historically in his career, he's played well against them. So I'm going to lean with Tua. It's close. I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Love did better than him. I'm not some Jordan Love. I mean, I'm not some Tua fucking dick rider. While I'm wearing my Dolphins hat, I got my Dolphins hoodie on. I don't think I'm some Tua dick rider for fantasy. Like, I understand Tua's not a great fantasy quarterback. He never has been. Jordan Love is a better fantasy quarterback, but I just like the matchup a little bit better. And I do worry that up against the 49ers, like, while I think that they're going to be able to keep it close, there's a chance that this is a blowout where you're just not really seeing a whole lot of Jordan Love late in the game. You're seeing a lot of running with Josh Jacobs. So at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, I would probably just lean the way of going with Tua because of that. I think Tua, I think the Patriots are going to keep it close. I think it's not going to be an easy game for the Dolphins, even though on paper it should be. So I'm going to go with Tua. And I think one of these games, Tua is going to absolutely drop his nuts in the mouth of the defense and have a huge game. And I think this is probably going to be that game. Rust. Runt Nips. What a name. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. Jaden or Kyler. Also, Bucky, Javante, Eckler. Pick one. It's going to be Bucky. Why is it going to be Bucky? Because Bucky's been very reliable this season when he's been healthy. Bucky has been putting up solid numbers. And over the last 5 games, I believe he has, I think it's 4 out of 5 games inside the top 20. So I like Bucky a lot. And then the question is Jaden or Kyler. I think I just have to go Jaden against Dallas. I think while Jaden Daniels hasn't been great recently, this kind of feels like the coming out party for him where he just goes bananas. He has like a really big game. He looks way better than he did over the last 2 games. I like Kyler a lot too, but I'd go Jaden Daniels over Kyler. So Jaden Daniels over Kyler, and then Bucky over the running backs. Denny, thank you for the super chat. Hey Nick, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Must flex Laporta, McMillan, or Keenan Allen. That's a tough question. The bye week blues are probably getting to you. It's a good question. Now, Laporta has been, let's be honest, let's call a spade. He's been a bust. He hasn't lived up to my expectations. Now, I was high on him, I guess, but I wasn't banging the drum for him as the tight end 1. I had Kelsey as the tight end 1, but nevertheless, it's not like anyone has been excited about the numbers that Laporta has put up. Jalen McMillan, I think, is just such a huge risk. I think Jalen McMillan is too big of a risk, honestly, in my opinion, to even play in this scenario. Now, I think McMillan could have a big game. I think McMillan's a great player. But I also think, like, when you're really putting everything into consideration, it's like, this is a guy coming off injury that wasn't able to catch when healthy. Now he's coming back off of an injury. The upside's huge, but he's pretty risky. I think I would just play Laporta. You're just playing the game of, hey, we're going with the best offense. And the best offense here is the Lions. The Lions have ability to get into the end zone. They have ability to score a bunch of touchdowns. I'm not going to pretend that I love Sam Laporta. I don't, but I would play Sam Laporta over that grouping of players because I think he has the best odds to get into the end zone. Thank you for the super chat, Alexis. I appreciate you. For my flex, Hubbard or Jennings, let's go Dolphins. Fins up. Hubbard is in one of the worst matchups, if not the worst matchup that a running back can have. Now, the question is, can he overcome that? Now, this is going to be the debut game of Jonathan Brooks. There's a lot of risk involved with this take, but there's also a lot of upside here. There's a whole lot of upside at play to where it's so tough, dude. It's so tough. I think if you want to guarantee yourself 10 points, you play Hubbard. Because even in a tough matchup, I think Hubbard's live to get 10 points. But I think if it was me, if it's my fantasy team, while I don't think Jennings is very safe at all, I think in my heart, I would be playing Juwan Jennings. If it was up to me, I am playing Juwan Jennings, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Juwan Jennings. I think the risk is obviously there with Brendan Allen, but again, I think the game plan is smart enough to get Jennings the ball. I think Hubbard's a pretty big risk too, so I'm going to go Jennings. Tough question, though. Blue Line, thank you for the super chat. Oh, and you have Jonathan. Oh, no, it's different question. What's up, Oscar? How you doing, man? Blue Line, thank you for the super chat. Myers or Pittman? Full PPR struggling this week. That's fine. It's fine to be struggling. It's okay. It's a bad week. One of the all-time bad weeks. Now, what's funny is I talked about this in one of the videos this week. We're going to talk about it for half a second. The NFL is giving us no bye weeks. So no one has a break for Thanksgiving. There's no teams on break for Thanksgiving, right? Next week, which makes no sense. I get it because they need games on Sunday. But no one's on bye next week. But the week after, there are 6 teams on bye again, which is terrible. So I would go ahead and tell you that the bye weeks are you're gonna feel like, oh wow, the bye weeks are basically over. You're gonna be feeling good next week, and then you're gonna get fucking kicked in the teeth by bye weeks the week following. So just prepare for that. Be ready to be very mad that half your team is on bye in week 14. Right before the playoffs start. 1 week before the playoffs start for most leagues. Most leagues, the fantasy playoffs, you got this week, you got another game, and you got one more game after that. and then it's the playoffs. These are crunch time for me, where my fantasy teams are not really doing the best. It's a crunch time right now. So Myers or Pittman, I'm going Myers. I don't think that Patrick Surtain is going to. I don't really see a scenario where Patrick Surtain is fucking solo covering Jacoby Myers. I just don't really see that being the scenario that plays out. Like, I think it's possible that could happen, but I just highly doubt Surtain's going to put. Like, I don't think Jacoby Myers is like this alpha wide receiver that is going to get shut down by Surtain. I just don't really see that happening. So I'd go with Jacoby Myers. Pittman's banged up. Pittman's been banged up for the whole year. I was not on Pittman this season. I was heavy on Pittman last season. And I think Pittman, had he have been more healthy, could have really been not a league winner, but could have been a much more reliable option week in, week out, which he just isn't right now. But I'd go with Myers 100%. Steven, thank you for the super chat. I miss Brian. Kyle, don't fucking say you miss Brian Flores, man. Now, I miss Brian Flores' defense. I don't miss Brian Flores. Our offense is just so much better without Brian Flores. It's so much more enjoyable. The defense is way worse, though. I guess it's a give and a take, but I think in today's league, like, while defenses are key in the playoffs, like in the big game in the Super Bowl, having the better defense gives you the edge. But it's like the teams with the best defense are like the Chiefs, right? The best offense in the NFL. So I don't really miss Brian Flores. Love or May? I'm going Love. Siebert or Dicker? Kicker questions are tough, in my opinion, all the time for me to answer. I don't play in leagues with kickers, so I'm not really the biggest kicker, like, fucking enthusiast sitting here grinding out kicker news. But I will give you your answer. I got Dicker as my kicker 4. Siebert is my kicker 24. So I'm definitely going Dicker. So Dicker, I'll barrel in newer. And then I would go with Jordan. Love me tender, love me sweet. What's up, Rise? How you doing, my brother? What's up, man? What's good, brother? How you doing? Tua or Pat Mahomes? Thanks. No problem, man. Appreciate you. Good to see everyone in chat today. I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. It's crazy. Crazy. We got 123 people. It's week 12. Tua or Baker? Tua or Pat Mahomes, sorry. I got Pat at 9. I got Tua at 11, so we're going to go Pat. Man, like, Pat Mahomes has been such a disgrace this season. He really has been. I think one of these days he's going to have a halfway decent game. I think eventually Mahomes going to have that big game. I like the matchup against the Panthers. I would just have to go Patrick Mahomes over Tua. I just feel a little bit more confident in him. So we're going Pat Mahomes. Kyler or Bo? I would go with Kyler. I think I have Bo ranked ahead of Kyler. Let me check. Yeah, I have Kyler ranked one spot ahead of Bo. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Jason, make sure you leave your question in chat. I'm trying to find it as we speak. Make sure you leave it in chat. Greg, thank you for the super chat. Hi, sir. What's going on, man? As a flex, MHJ or J.K. Dobbins? So this is one of those where it's like basically 100% based on your risk tolerance to your matchup. If you like your matchup, you like your chances at winning, you think, you know what, I want to go with the safe play, then you play J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is going to get you 12 points, could get you 20 points. He's a safe bet. Then you got Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. could score you 0 points. He could score you 30 points, right? There's a large range of outcomes when it comes to him. There is not as high of a range of outcomes when it comes to J.K. Dobbins in terms of like J.K. Dobbins being a complete and utter bust, whereas I think Marvin Harrison Jr. could be that. So if you're in a matchup you believe you're going to lose, you play Marvin Harrison Jr. If you want to be safe, you play Dobbins. I would probably lean with Marvin Harrison Jr., though. If this was just like a straight up 1-versus-1 question, I'd lean Marvin Harrison Jr. Citrus Blade, thank you for the question. Bucky, DJ Moore, Javonte in the flex. Great question. Full PPR. It's Bucky. It's 100% Bucky Irving. I love Bucky Irving this week. I think he's a locked and loaded top 20 running back. think he's going to have a big game. I don't trust Javonte at all. Now, Javonte has a great matchup. Javonte has a wet dream matchup. Javonte has the kind of matchup where he could go fucking bananas, and it wouldn't surprise me. But the problem with Javonte is we also thought that Estime was the guy last week, right? It was pretty clear Estime was going to be the guy going into the game, and then Estime wasn't the guy, and Javonte was the guy. So it's like, if we got thrown for a whirlwind, and for instance, Estime is the guy this week, would you be surprised at all? I would not be. So for that reason, I think it basically has to be Bucky Irving. And I don't really trust DJ Moore either. Gustavo, my man, thank you very much for the super chat. What's up, Andrew? How you doing? Gustavo, pick 2, Pollard, Rachaad White, Rico, D-Hop. Great question there. Rachaad White and D-Hop for me. Now, I love Pollard. I wasn't a Pollard guy. I was wrong on Pollard. I was quick to turn my nose up at Pollard and be like, you know what? Pollard ain't that guy. Pollard, I think Tajay is going to be better than Pollard. Now, I didn't say like with strong conviction. That was like a guarantee, bet your fucking life. Take out a second mortgage on your house to bet on Tajay Spears over Pollard, but I just like Tajay Spears in fantasy drafts just because of the value. He was just going later. So I was like, why not just take the guy going later, which makes sense in my head. Now, the question is, can Pollard perform without Tajay in not the best matchup over a guy like D-Hop? I would just have to go with D-Hop. Again, I like the matchup against the Panthers. I think D-Hop's eventually going to have a game where, like, okay, that's why the Chiefs traded for D-Hop, and it kind of feels like this is going to be the game where it happens. So I'm going to go DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm going to go with Rachaad White. Rachaad White has been super safe. Rachaad White is very, very, very inefficient, but he's been a lot more efficient recently. So I'm just going to lean with my opinion, which would be D-Hop, and it would be Rachaad White. And Jason, make sure you drop your question in chat. I'm still looking for it. Kyler or Bo Nix? I'm going Kyler. Johnson or Dobbs? Salute to the chat. I'm going Johnson. I like Romeo Dobbs a lot. I think Romeo Dobbs is a good player. I think Romeo Dobbs has the ability to have a big game. But I think if we're talking about nut up, it's is that game Sunday night or Monday night? Whatever night that game is out, I think it's Monday night. I would want Johnson on my team. There's a chance Ladd doesn't play. Now, again, I wouldn't bet my life that Ladd doesn't play. I wouldn't bet my life that he does play. To me, it kind of feels like a true 50-50 on if he plays or not. So, in my opinion, I am going to go with Johnston because I just think even if we do say that we get to Monday and Ladd is in, I think even if Ladd is in, you're still going to see a solid enough game out of Quentin Johnson, who scored a touchdown on 3 straight games. So Johnston and Kyler. All right. Jason, did you leave your question in chat? I'm trying to find it. If anyone sees Jason's question, please leave it in chat. Jason. Yeah, please leave your question in chat. And if you're trying to put in like things like the tilde or any fucking shit like this, just sometimes it just doesn't work for some reason. Did I skip this question? MHJ or Dobbins? No, I did answer that one. I did. So. Cardinals or Bears, D? I would go with the Cards. Texans or Chiefs? I go with the Chiefs. Anthony Richardson or Stafford? Richardson. Daniels, Goff or Murray? I'd go Daniels. So Spock, are you anticipating Ladd plays or no? Because right now, I don't feel 100% confident in saying that he will play. But I also don't feel 100% confident saying that he's not going to play. And if you're in that scenario where you have Ladd, I think your best case scenario would just be picking up Joshua Palmer so you have an insurance plan. Because I'm assuming that Quentin Johnston isn't available in anyone's leagues at this point. Ernesto, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Play Hunt, Irvin, or Rachaad White. It's got to be Hunt. It's got to be Hunt, in my opinion. It has got to be Hunt. It's got to be. It's got to be me. It's got to be Hunt. It just has to be. Hunt has played so well this season. When called upon, this is kind of the last ride for Kareem Hunt, in my opinion. Now, not the last ride to the extent where he can't have another good game, but more of like next week we know damn well he's not going to be the number one running back on the team, more than likely, right? Because Pacheco is going to be back. They're going to lean with Pacheco, and that's fine. That's fine. We kind of knew that was going to happen, so you can't really be that mad at it. But I do think that this is going to be a big game out of Hunt. This is going to be his last hoorah, truly, unless something happens to Pacheco again. Knock on wood, we don't root for injuries. But this is going to be like his last ride, metaphorically, his huge showing where he's going to swing his dick around and smack the defense right in the mouth. So I do believe that this is going to be a pretty big game out of Hunt. So I like Hunt as a top 12 running back. So I'd go with Hunt. I would go with Hunt. I'm just trying to put the rest of my DFS lineups in right now. I got to look at my own teams. Now, if I have enough time, I'm going to share my own teams on the stream. People seem to be interested in knowing how my teams are doing. I'll tell you right now, I'd be lying to you if I said they were all the best teams I've ever created, but overall, I'm doing all right. So Hunt is the answer there. Thank you very much, Jason, for leaving the question. Sam Laporta or Cade Otton, Aaron Jones or Tyron Tracy. I would go with Cade Otton over Sam Laporta. I just think you have to. It's really that simple. I just think you would have to play Sam Laporta over Cade Otton. Let's see here. When you talk dirty to me. Yeah, so I'm going Cade Otton 100% over Laporta. I just trust him more. And then Aaron Jones versus Tracy. That's a good question, too. Based on my rankings, I have Tracy 14, Jones 16. I'm lower on Jones compared to consensus, but I would lean with Tracy. I love this matchup I love this matchup. I love this matchup up against the Bucs. So that's the way I would go. That's the way. I like it. So I would go. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I'm going Tracy and Otton. Steven, thank you for the super chat. Marvin Harrison Jr. or McConkey with the shoulder on Monday. I would just play Marvin Harrison Jr. just so you don't have to stress about it. Again, could McConkey play? Yeah. Right? Again, I'm not betting my future, my whole house on the fact that someone plays or doesn't play, right? I don't think that you should be betting your life, especially in a scenario like this where it kind of feels like a 50-50. I would just play Marvin Harrison Jr. because I feel a little bit safer with Marvin Harrison Jr. I just feel a little bit safer. Damn, there's like no DFS contest left for today. So I guess I got all my lineups in. So yeah, I would go Marvin Harrison Jr. 100% over McConkey. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. Handcuff for the playoffs. You like Dare or Pierce if Mixon goes down? In my head, I think Dare right now, like, is the guy that is going to play more with Mixon healthy. But I think if Mixon was to go down, I think the guy you would want would be Pierce. And I know that might not make a lot of sense, but when you think about it, it does. Because Dare is a great pass catcher. Dare is going to get in there, catch a couple of passes, have a solid enough game. If Mixon was to go down, he'd be fine. But I think where the upside truly comes is a guy like Pierce, who could become like not necessarily the workhorse running back because they're going to use Dare, but more of like he's going to just touch the ball a bunch. So that's the way I would lean. I would go with Dare. I would go with if I think Mixon it gets hurt, knock on wood, we're not rooting for that. I would rather have Pierce. That's how I would lean. That's how I would lean. I would lean with Pierce because not yeah, Pierce, Damian Pierce, because I think Damian Pierce more fills the role of being like the back on the team. Now, if Akers was there, it would clearly be Akers, but Akers is no longer there, so I think both will have value, but it would be Pierce. If I'm just trying to handcuff, I think Pierce will have more value if Mixon was to go down. Because I think he fits the mold more of being the running back on the team. So yeah, it would be Pierce for me. Even if right now, if you're like looking at it, technically Dare gets more touches on a game to game basis, but it's gonna be Pierce if Mixon went down. Snoops, thank you for the super chat. Nick, I'm in my 40s and I admire your hard work. Thank you for your help. No problem. I appreciate you. That means a lot. Thank you very much. 10 team standard, ESPN. White, Chuba, or Bucky? I have Jacobs and Gibbs. Great question. So the problem with Chuba again is the matchup is too tough. The matchup for Chuba is too tough for me to truly sit here and love him, right? Sit here and be enamored with him, bang the drum for him. So I don't think I can do that. I just don't think I can. Um, so 21-19. So yeah, it just can't be Chuba because the matchup's too tough and I don't trust him as much. So I would sit him and then we're gonna go with I think you just have to go Bucky because it's standard. And while Rashad gets a lot of his work catching passes in a standard league, it doesn't matter as much. So I would go with Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving for me. We buy homes for you, near you. Thank you for the super chat. Which DST do you think is the most upside, Bucks or your Fins? I think in terms of upside, I think Tommy DeVito is more likely to throw 3 picks, like do something absolutely egregious, so fucking bad that it's laughable, and have like literally the worst game ever, completely shit the bed. So in terms of like if we're talking who has the most um the most upside, it probably is going to be the Bucks. It almost certainly is going to be the Bucks. So that's the way I would go. Would be the Bucks. It just feels to me like the Bucks have a lot more upside because the Dolphins defense, they're probably just going to hold they'll get a pick or two, a pick. They'll maybe get a fumble. They'll play decent. Like I don't think the Dolphins are like some weak winners. Like I think they're going to be good enough to keep your head above water, but not good enough to be like, oh, that's a weak winner, right? So I would go with the Bucks in terms of upside. Steven, thank you for the super chat. Swift, Rashad White, Bucky Irving. Who should I start? Great question. If you're starting 2, see, I don't know real. Oh, Baker Mayfield, not Bo Nix. Fuck, I'm stupid. It's Kyler anyways. Culture Clips. I apologize. I don't know if you're behind at Culture Clips. It is Kyler. I don't know why the fuck I thought BK was Bo Nix. Bo Nix's name starts with an N. His last name. So in this scenario, Steven, I don't think you necessarily want to start both Bucks at the same time. Now, that would probably be the safest bet, right? If you're just looking for safety, Steven, play Rashad White and Bucky. But if you're looking for more upside, in my opinion, I would be playing Swift and Rashad White. That's who I would play. Swift and Rashad White. MHJ, Pollard, or Rashad White. I would play MHJ. All right, I'm going to present my screen real quick, and we're going to still answer questions. I'm just going to show you guys my teams. All right. This is one of my leagues. I'm 7-4. I got Jalen. I'm going to keep answering questions too. Otten or Eckler? I would go with Otten. Is Sutton a good flex option? Yes. Knicks or Jaden for the win for a playoff spot? I'd go Jaden. All right, so this is one of my teams. Jalen Hurts, J.K. Dobbins, Najee Harris, who shit the bed. CD, Marvin Harrison Jr., Njoku, who shit the bed, and Quentin Johnston. My team was better before, and it's just not as good now. But we are 7-4, which is respectable. This league, my team is 5-6, fighting for my life in the playoffs here. Need to win this game. And I have Jordan Love, Ramondre, Najee, DJ Moore, Puka, Travis Kelce, Bo Nix, Brian Robinson, MHJ. Purdy hurt. I originally had Purdy in over Love, but now we got to go Love. Jameson Williams, Dowdle, or I would go Jameson Williams over Devontae Williams and Dowdle. Metcalf over Neighbors, right? I have Neighbors ranked over Metcalf. Calvin Ridley or Tracy? I would go Tracy. Tyreek Hill, Lamb, Swift, Evans, considering injuries. I would play Tyreek, Lamb, and Evans. Start one, DJ Moore on. I'd go on. Dave for the super chat, Trigger Trey. Full PPR, Otten or Hawk. Do I trust Ladd or swap to Johnson or Downs instead? And running back and flex, JT, Hunt, Tracy. So you actually are in the best case scenario where you can play Ladd, and then tomorrow, if Ladd doesn't play, you just swap to Johnston. So you don't even have to worry about Downs. You can just kind of swap there. So that makes the most sense. So you would play Ladd, and then if Ladd doesn't play tomorrow, you just switch him to Johnston. Otten or Hawk, I would have to go Otten. I like Hawk, but I would go Otten. 100% Otten. And then Hunt or Tracy or JT. I'm going Hunt and JT personally. Hunt and JT. Let me just make sure I got this right with my own rankings. So yeah, JT, Hunt, Otten, and then play Ladd, but if Ladd doesn't play Johnston instead. All right, I got Kyler ranked ahead. I mean, I have Herbert ranked ahead of Kyler. This is going to be like a game-losing decision if I play the wrong guy. So I definitely am going to play the wrong guy. That's just how it goes. But this is my team here. Oh, but you know what? I have Marv, so I think we're just going to stick with Kyler. This team is in need of a win. I don't know if I'll get the win. 5-6. My team's been pretty good too. 5-6. Lost the last one. Need to get a win here. Need to get a win. And then let me pull up the league, the Yahoo League. Stop sharing. And then present. Share screen. Go Yahoo. And then this is my team in the subscriber league. I'm doing terrible. I'm in 11th. I swung on my team and I missed by a quarter mile. This team is doing so bad right now. Everyone's hurt. I gotta put my kicker in. Almost forgot to do that. And I could add someone, so let's just add someone. So yeah, JT, Hunt, and then Otten, and then keep Ladd in and then switch to Quentin Johnston if you have to. Downs or Johnston, Downs. Goff or Murray, Murray, Dalton or Johnston. I would go Johnston. I like your team a lot this week, Tyron. Give it a nice 9. Sutton or JSN, I would go Sutton. Cade Otten or Zach Ertz, I would go Otten. Thanks, bro. No problem. Achan, JT, B Rob, or Tracy, I would go Achan, JT, and B Rob. D Hop or Downs, D Hop, Mike Evans or Neighbors, Neighbors, Goff or Murray, Goff. I need the upside to win. Hunt. Oh, wait. Let's just add some real quick. Hunt, Monty, Jennings, or Dell. I would go Hunt, and I would go Jennings. Just add Abdullah, just in case. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case. Swift or Eckler? Swift. Just picked up Jake Ferguson off waivers. That's fine. Hopefully he comes back soon. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. Neighbors or Evans? Neighbors. Jennings or Myers? Jennings or Myers? Jennings. Herbert or Kyler? Herbert. Bo, Murray or Goff? Murray. That's funny. Thank you. All your opponents be soft as baby shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys for watching today's stream. It is officially 1 o'clock. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everyone who stops by and watches these streams. It means the world to me. Love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support this season. We're going to hopefully eat some W's today. Hopefully. Have a nice one. Hope you guys had a good, fun stream. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. Thank you to Spock for helping out, answering all these questions. Thank you for all the mods that are here. Caitlin, Tyron. Who else is here right now? I think everyone's already gone, but appreciate all the mods. I appreciate every single person that here watches, whether you're new to the channel, been here for a while. I really appreciate you. See you, Brian. Let's hope we can eat some W's this week. Good luck, and I'll see you guys Monday, tomorrow, with some videos. We'll be back live Thursday. Now, Thursday is Thanksgiving. What time did the Thanksgiving game start? Thanksgiving NFL. Let's see. 12:30. All right. So the hope is we'll be live at 11:30. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we'll be live on Thanksgiving. I don't know if we'll be live on Black Friday, strictly because the game starts at 3, and normally I am doing stuff on Friday during the day. My fiance will have off, so maybe you'll get a stream on Friday at like 12 or 11 instead of right before the game. So I appreciate you guys watching. It means the world to me. Love you guys so much. Hope you guys eat some W's this week. Shout out Jameis Winston. Good luck, everybody, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Thank you again, Spock. Thank you, everyone. We'll play some music on the way out here, and enjoy the games. Fins up. Win. Dolphins have been so brutal. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. And then we're going to update the graphic here, because I haven't done it in the last couple of weeks. So our subscriber goal for the season is 40,000. I don't think we're going to hit that, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm just going to not lie and be like, oh, yeah, we're definitely hitting 40,000 subscribers. Right now, we are at 38,511. I think more than likely we'll hit 39K, and that's a lot. I really appreciate the support of all you guys. Love you guys. Thursday with the stream, Monday with some videos, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's a video every single fucking day. Multiple videos every day. So I appreciate you guys. Love you a long time. See you guys soon.